Hi guys, this is our final day and I just wanted to make sure that we were all good with making sure things were as they should look. So I have this dummy paper that has a couple of mistakes in them and I'm going to fix it. The first major mistake is that this does not include page numbers. In order to do that, you're going to hit Insert, Header and Page Number, and you're going to click on the very first box. Then when you get up here, you'll see the number right there. You'll click next to it and type your last name. When you're done with that, you will take your mouse and just click down at the bottom. When you scroll to the second page, you'll see that it says last name 2, then last name 3. Fantastic. Another major mistake is that there are spaces in the wrong place. For whatever reason, a lot of you have spaces between every period. So before you have your period or before you have your colons, you put a space. That is wrong. If that's the case, I want you to go back and erase those spaces. Another mistake is the tabs. This paper, when I first saw it, had it written up here, which is not where I want it. If you hit enter, the weird thing happens and the 2 pops up. If you don't want that, all you have to do is hit backspace and then tab. Some of you were tabbing with spaces. That's really difficult to make sure it all looks the same. So instead of just hitting the space bar, you're going to hit tab. The next mistake is that many of you didn't include great proper nouns. So in order to fix all of the theys and the he's and the its, I'm going to hit Control F. When I do, this part pops up and I'm going to type in they. There are 3 theys, so I'm going to go ahead and fix all of them. The Europeans wanted to continue the Columbian exchange because they wanted their goods like food because they had good food. For this one, it's interesting, and there's other mistakes which I'll fix right now, but because the Europeans wanted their goods like food because the Native Americans had good food. So I fixed that, and there's only one more. Our opinion was positive because they were known for some good. For this one, it's the technology was known to have a good effect. And there's also the random its. Obviously, when I type in it, a lot of them are real words. So we're just looking for the ones where it's just it. Then this paper, this event, maze, and that's it. Once I've changed all of those words to make sure that they are okay, there's another thing that I need to check, and that is with bolding. For some of you, your paragraphs are bolded, and that's not what it's supposed to look like. The actual paragraphs are supposed to be not bolded. So I'm unbolding, I highlight the whole thing, and I can bold or unbold up here, or I can do Control B to take it away or put it on. Another mistake that many of you guys are making is with proper nouns. Proper nouns are things like people or places, and sometimes organizations. But go back through your paper and make sure that all of your proper nouns are uppercased. Countries are uppercased. Cities are uppercased. Continents are uppercased. The first word of sentences are uppercased. And that's what I want you to do. After that, the one remaining mistake that I want you guys to look at before you submit is that you have your transitions in there. So if we look at our paragraphs, our reason 1 and reason 2, we needed to use our sentence stems. So our first example is talking about the impact of the Columbian exchange on the old world. Oy. I spelled this wrong. If you see anything that's underlined red, you're going to click on a right click, and it tells you how to fix it. I'm just going to go ahead and highlight this so that everyone can see where the sentence stems are. Our first example is talking about the impact of the Columbian Exchange on the Old World. For example, that's my other sentence stem. Animals, space, plants, and microorganisms crossed the Atlantic Ocean with European explorers and colonists in the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. This means that there was an exchange of many goods between the two cultures. That's my next sentence stem. I'm going to be doing the same thing in my second paragraph. Therefore, this paragraph has shown that the Old World received many beneficial, good items from the New World. These 4 sentence stems will need to be repeated in the second paragraph. I'm going to take this sentence out because the chart was not included. So this person's going to have to go back and fix this paragraph, which they will do in a little bit. And I will add in the remaining sentence stems. But as a basic reminder, the introduction has 3 things. There's this section, which is interest. There's this section, which is about the research question and the thesis. This section is the map. If you've got all 3 sections inside your introduction, you're perfect. This one would have received a 10. For background information, you need the who, what, where, when, why for your event. You also have to go back and make these changes, obviously. But as long as you have the who, what, where, when, why, then you're good to go. This should be between 4 and 6 sentences long. So this person would need to go back and just do a little bit more work. This paragraph is perfect now. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 sentences. This paragraph needs to be fixed with the 4 sentences, just like an expository essay in your English class. For the conclusion has 3 parts too. Part 1 for your conclusion is going to be where you restate your thesis and your reasons. Just like an expository essay in English class, it's got to be a little bit more, it's got to be slightly different. Part 2 is going to be where if what you learned was surprising or what you expected. And part 3 is going to be your connection to self, to world, or to community. The last part that you just need to check on is your bibliography. The bibliography is just going to be taken from page 8 of your packet, and you're just going to put your 3 sources in. So again, the way that you do that is last name, comma, initial, period, parentheses the year, parentheses the title, and then that you retrieved it from the internet. That's 1 full source, and you just need a total of 4 of them. When you're done, you don't have to do anything special because it's already done and good to go. Thank you so much, and please reach out if you have any questions.